Somebody let me know when we're ready to go. We've probably been ready.
As soon as I finish writing my notes.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Get it now.
Yes, I'm writing the whole thing.
Just give me the say so. Okay, everybody, get your singing voices ready.
Good morning, and welcome to UUCC, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Canandaigua. We are a group of spiritual freethinkers who gather to celebrate life, build community, and better the world. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. I'm Karen Alvarez, your worship associate and leader for this morning. I did write the sermon more than before this morning, but not a lot. Thank you to Scott Wright for providing music for us this summer. This service is also being live streamed to our YouTube channel. We plan to continue with hybrid worship services, so you can join us each week here in person, on Zoom, or later on YouTube. If this is your first visit, welcome. We invite you to sign the visitor's book in the entryway. We will not sign you up for a lifetime subscription to anything. We just are glad that you came. Whether it's your first visit or your 1,000th, we really are happy to see you today. To help us connect better with our friends watching from home, please turn around and give a wave to the camera. At the end of the service, we will invite our friends on Zoom to turn on their cameras and return the wave. I do have a few announcements to share with you today. If you have a joy or a sorrow, please fill out a card. We will invite you to bring them forward and place them in the basket after Scott rings the chimes and begins to play. You can also come forward to drop a pebble in the water if you have a joy or sorrow that you prefer not to share. Not to share out loud publicly. If you did not get a card when you came in and have now thought of a joy or sorrow, just raise your hand and Kevin will bring you one, which I just voluntold him to do. The church vestibule, church organization, and painting are ongoing, and there will be a few more weeks of a little bit of untidiness. Some might call it messy, depends on your tolerance. The first bathroom is nearly complete. We will work on the second bathroom later in the year. If you're not sure which is the first or the second, go look in both. You'll figure it out. Things will be a work in progress for the next few weeks. We are looking for a few more people to serve as greeters. To volunteer or review the duties, contact Carrie Teague, the board president, at carriegraph17@gmail.com. The board is trying a new hospitality plan with people from various groups covering each week. Not everyone in the group needs to bring something during their assigned week, since we only need 2 to 3 items for coffee hour, but the group as a whole is responsible for what to bring and delegating internally. The first Sunday each month will be the board. The second Sunday is potluck, so it's a free-for-all. The third Sunday is small groups. The fourth Sunday is social environmental justice. And the fifth Sunday, when there is one, is the worship and care team. We did have a very successful board retreat yesterday. Thank you, Nancy Reed, for hospitality and the use of your beautiful house on the lake for that. Are there any other announcements for the good of the community? Excellent. As we prepare to be fully together, I remind you to silence your phones and devices. We now enter a space of worship, and now is the time to bring forward any joys or sorrows or drop a pebble. I invite you to join with me in our chalice lighting words as the flame is lit. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together. The opening words this morning are by Leah Ongiri from Weavers of One Story. Here we are together, each facing our different human tasks, or maybe the same central one, to embrace the lessons life delivers, to discern and respond as we grow, to refuse harm and cherish flourishing. May we know ourselves as vessels of infinite possibility, holders of each other's heartaches and tales of joy alike, weavers of one story in which we each have our part. Please rise in body and spirit and join in our opening hymn, We Would Be One, number 318, in the gray hymnal. Or on this. Our first reading this morning is by Elizabeth Wen, For When I Really Don't Want to Learn This. Spirit, I would really rather not learn this. Didn't think I needed to. I thought someone else could do it, thought a leader was coming to do it, thought the young people could do it, or the elders could do it, or the professionals. Or I don't want to learn it because it means letting go of something I hold dear, letting go of being someone who knows the answers, letting go of being someone who doesn't know, letting go of the way I see the world, letting go of how I might have to change, letting go of certainty, of logic, of facts, of control, of the myth that you can live on this earth and not harm, or the myth that I can't learn anything new. Help me to learn it, please. And then help me to live what I have learned and do right by the gift of being taught. The cadence gets a little weird when you play all the parts. Now is the time in our service to join together in the spiritual practice of generosity. Our gifts of both time and money support our church in its work. Each week, we would like to spotlight a group or committee and thank them for their gift of time. This week, the group is the closers. They work to tidy up after the service and to keep our space well-maintained and organized. And also, there's a lot of vacuuming involved, but there's no kids, so there's going to be less. People interested in finding out more can contact Carrie Teague. 1/4 of our plate collection for the growth season goes to the Canandaigua Lake Watershed Association. The CLWA mission is to inspire the entire watershed community to become stewards of Canandaigua Lake through education, scientific research, and advocating sound public policy. By engaging all stakeholders, they strive to preserve, protect, and restore the lake and its watershed for current and future generations. You can give to this morning's offering by placing cash or a check into the basket or by one of the options on your screen. Please make a note that your gift is intended for today's offering. We now gratefully accept the offering. I didn't think anybody dropped anything in, but I just wanted to make sure. Apparently, we all have a lot of things in our hearts that we don't really care to share, and that's okay. But as a result, I will now drop a stone for all of our thoughts, our joys, and our sorrows that are left in the silence of our hearts. And as I drop the stone into the water, please repeat with me, we are with you. Going over here to this part now. We will now have our responsive reading. Trying to make sure it's on the screen, otherwise it doesn't work so good. Okay. We are the promises we make to one another. We will recognize the inherent value of each person. We will foster a community of compassion and caring for all. And we will engage respectfully in disagreement in the service of the values that unite us. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all. We're now going to have a little story. It's kind of a long story. Well, there's a lot of pages, but not a lot of words. But I did get slides made of the pages because the pictures are beautiful. The story is called What Do You Know? And it's written by Araceli Germay and Ariana Fields. When love comes to the well and asks, "What do you know?" it says, "I know thirst. I know abundance. I know depth. I know darkness." When love comes to the farmers and asks, "What do you know?" he says, "I know the colors of the earth's flat surface." She says, "I know the work and weather and the hands of the sun and the rain." When love comes to the honeybees and asks, "What do you know?" they say, "We know the bright heads of the yarrow and the hyssop and the ruffles of the horsemint flowers. And we know the hexagon and the color gold. We know the black bears hungry for honey." When love comes to the historians and asks, "What do you know?" she says, "I know the history. I know history speaks when we listen for the quietest stories among the stories. I know the call." When love comes to the forest and asks, "What do you know?" it says, "I know the color green and the color brown and the billion creatures and creature sounds. I know the call of the monkey and the breath of the bear and the red of the ants, and the shade's dark gown. And I know the musk we make when the rain comes down. When love comes to the ash and asks, "What do you know?" the ash says, "I know the secrets between the volcano and the sky." It says, "I know wandering, and I know the language of fire." When love comes to the rock and asks, "What do you know?" the rock says, "I know the force of the water and the force of the wind, and I know that change is possible, even if it takes 1,000,000 years." When love comes to the goats and asks, "What do you know?" they say, "We know the face of the cliff, and we know the balances of our hooves on the jagged edge." When love comes to the fruit bats and asks, "What do you know?" they say, "We know the sweet of the fruit and the heights of the trees. We know our way in the dark and the clicking of wings." When love comes to the seven sisters and asks, "What do you know?" they say, "We know the silence of outer space and the vastness of the deep, dark night. We know the story of distance and the language of light." When love comes to courage and asks, "What do you know?" courage says, "I know speaking, even though I am afraid, and I know the daily work of keeping on." When love comes to the seafarer and asks, "What do you know?" she says, "I know the breadth of the ocean and the eye of the whale. I know the strength of my muscles as they pull the rope." And that star. When love comes to the land and asks, "What do you know?" the land says, "I know the joy of going on and on and on. And I know the laughter of children who run below the birds and the heels and toes of the elders who planted the seeds. I know the ancestors and their ancestors' dreams, the hoping song that is brown and the hoping song that is green." Now is the time in our service for centering, followed by shared silence. Of course, by shared silence, we mean the absence of grown-ups talking to one another. So let's get comfortable in our seats, and I invite you to think about the story I just read. And what do you know when love's come to you and asks? And wherever you are, let your breathing slow down, your eyes fall closed, and take a few moments to just be. Take a deep breath in and let it out. The second reading today is called The Work That's Ours to Do by Dana Lee Simon, and that starts with a quote by Pat Humphreys from Swimming to the Other Side that goes, "We are swimming in this stream together, some in power and some in pain. We are all swimming to the other side." On a recent hike in the Utah mountains, I happened upon one of nature's miracles, the kokanee salmon spawn. It's a wonder I try to witness every year, beautiful, meditative, raw, and profound. As we came near the trail's end, we could see fish in the water below making their way upstream. To our delight, crowds of kokanee were congregating in the deeper pools further back up the canyon. Kokanee become bright red at spawning time, so they look like flames dancing underwater. We sat near one pool for a while, watching. Eventually, my eyes focused on a singular fish stuck below a rock wall just below a deeper pool. As I watched her swim without getting anywhere, I found myself wanting to help. I imagined scooping her up and assisting her over the rock wall. Pretty soon, others in my hiking group started saying the same thing I was thinking. We all wanted to help, but we didn't. It's against the law to disturb the kokanee during this precious time in their life cycle. More importantly, we decided that we could trust that this incredible creature had everything in her that she needed to engage the work that was hers to do. This idea that we all already have everything we need within us to meet the life that is before us is something that I often use as encouragement when I meet with people in spiritual direction. It's a reminder to connect to our wholeness. It's an invitation to put away the lie we have swallowed, hook, line, and sinker, that we are separate from God, whose presence with us is unconditional and unwavering. I appreciate this reminder from the kokanee because although I believe it down to my very core, I find it easier to say to others than embrace for myself. I appreciate this invitation because it summons me again and again to turn my face to God, to love, to the one who always reflects the truth of who I am. It was hard to turn away from the stream that day. Heading home, I felt like I was leaving a holy place. I was. It is. I take the lessons of the kokanee with me. I need what they teach for my journey. She offers this prayer. Holy One, remind us often that even as we are always becoming more and more our trusted selves, we also already have all we need to meet life fully. Use our times of inward reflection to help us intuit our way and keep us open to your guiding presence. Amen. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in our closing hymn, I've Got Peace Like a River, number 100.
Like
Thank you. It's very hard work to be who we are and to trust that we all already have everything we need within us to be able to answer what do we know when love comes to ask. And for that, we need peace, not like a stagnant pond, but like a moving, thriving, ever-changing river. So if you're with us today on Zoom and would like to wave goodbye at the end of the service, you can turn on your camera now. Please join me in our words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.